from WEEK, your home team. This is 25 News Midday.
Good morning and welcome to 25 News Midday. It is 11:30 on a gorgeous Monday morning. Glad to have you with us. I'm Simone Dotson.
And I'm Mason Dowling. Gorgeous is right, but the temperature's starting to crank up there, and you can really feel how soupy it's going to be getting. Alex Mankey.
I love that you said soupy because that's right. Muggy, soupy, oppressive, nasty, ugh.
I feel gross just hearing that.
it's all the words you can describe for today because we are cranking up the heat, and with that heat in the Midwest comes that humidity, and we're going to get up to about 80% humidity today. So unfortunately, well, those bison, this is a look right now at Hannah City's Wildlife Prairie Park, and you can see that elk and bison, and there'll be more in there later today as we're going to get up to those 90s. Area temperatures right now: Peoria 85, Bloomington Normal 83, Princeton 82, and down over there Canton 80. And again, we're going to make our way up to 90. Before tonight, we are going to have some overnight thunderstorms to worry about, and then after we get through those thunderstorms, we're going to see a lot of cloud cover, and a lot of cloud cover means lower temperatures, so we can all celebrate very soon. We'll talk more about it coming up in just a few minutes. Simone?
Alex, thank you so much. Topping the news this half hour, the owners of City Lift, the part of CityLink that caters to riders with disabilities, is now facing a lawsuit from multiple plaintiffs.
Those lawsuits now claim not one, but two local teens with special needs were dropped off in the wrong spot by City Lift drivers. Now, this all started with an incident in mid-June where this young man, 13-year-old Marcus Mize, a boy with autism, was supposed to be taken to his grandma's house in Peoria, but was instead found wandering the back roads outside Morton. Now, attorney Andy Hale claims another incident happened before Marcus's to a 15-year-old.
The family says that young man was supposed to be dropped off at a camp for kids with special needs. Instead, they maintain he was dropped off at a church and left alone for 2 hours. That lawsuit claims they endangered the health and safety of both children and violated the Americans with Disabilities Act. The driver was evaluated on shore. That driver will not receive any citations. Pekin residents rushed to the rescue Wednesday night after a man drove his truck into Myers Lake.
Scary situation. Neighbors described it like an explosion when it first happened around 8:30 Wednesday night. And after that boom, they saw a truck sinking. Several people leapt into the water to help that driver, who was able to get out just in time before the truck went under. Now, after he was out, neighbors, including trained diver Mark Matthew, were able to raise the truck and get it back on dry land.
It's heartwarming to know that people come together to make something like that happen. I mean, people were really worried about, obviously, the condition of the person because the truck's replaceable. But once they found out that they were okay, then it was the next step was to let's get this out of here and do the least environmental problems that we can.
That accident was related to a medical condition. The driver was evaluated on shore and isn't receiving any citations.
Men at the Pontiac Correctional Facility are giving back from behind bars. They're currently working hard on a 4-acre plot to grow fresh produce, but it's not just for themselves.
And we'll be going out to Caitlin Pearson in the field in just a moment to explain. But first, speaking of growing, it's certainly been a hot one, and we're hoping for some rain for the farmers. Alex Mankey.
Unfortunately, Mason, we're not going to get a whole lot of rain for our farmers to take us out of that drought stage that we've been in. Let's take a look outside for our conditions right now. Pretty calm and quiet as the heat cranks up. So does our humidity here in the Midwest. Let's take a look at area temperatures. Peoria 85, Bloomington Normal 83. Earlier, the radar had a couple disagreements for them, but they're sticking at 83 right now. Canton 82, and all the way up north with 83 in Peru. You just saw that change right there on the radar. And going through our afternoon, evening, those cloudy skies are going to make their way in after we hit our highs because we've got some rain coming through. And that also means cloud coverage for the rest of the week. We'll go through that in just a few minutes. Mason?
All right, Alex, thank you. And from the sound of that, we need a little bit of relief from the summer heat, which is definitely holding strong. But that might come in the form of apple cider from Tanner's Orchard.
And you can get a taste of fall early as Tanner's Orchard officially opens for the season today. The family destination started in 1947 and features more than 11,000 apple trees and a 20-acre pumpkin patch. And luckily for Tanner's, the spring rain isn't hurting their produce.
No, the weather didn't affect the apples at all. It might have pushed us back maybe a few days or something, you know, for the planting of some of the crops, but we were lucky. We got in when we could.
And get this, Mason, all the family favorites are back this year, like the corn maze and the petting zoo. Now, what's new this year is more seating and space in the bakery, plus a Tanner's Orchard original cookbook for sale.
I'll bid. I will be first in line, too, because their apple cider is the stuff of legend. Anybody around here can tell you that's the place to go.
Well, I heard it's the place to go, so, but like I said, I'm not an apple person, but hey, I'm sure it's other produce up in there that I just may like.
Maybe you got to eat. Maybe.
Well,
I'm not
you never
promising
know.
anything, but it would be a great special. Well, coming up next on 25 News, prepping for schoolwork next month gets a little bit easier this weekend.
Thank goodness. But you don't have to buy the supplies. They're included in a giveaway. Details coming up.